After doing that video on Thanatos, I thought I'd share a couple of images of him elsewhere. This one you might have seen. It's a really famous vase image. It's the Euphronius crater, sometimes known as the Sarpedon crater, and it dates to 515 BC. And it's named that because you have Sarpedon lying there. He's just been killed in battle. He fought at Troy, and it's even in the Iliad. If you've read it, you probably remember that. The two characters flanking him, holding him up, one of them is Hypnos, god of sleep, and the other is Thanatos, god of death. And again, neither are acting as killing, they're guiding, they're taking him to the underworld. That's an important part of what they did. And the central figure, which is stood upright, is Hermes. You can see that he's got his wand there, and he's got his hand out, he's in command, he's in charge. A word you may come across in this kind of a context is psychopomp, and that means guiding souls or guiding the dead to the underworld, and that's what's happening here. And it's often used after Hermes' name to reference his particular role, because after all, Hermes had a load of different things he was doing, so sometimes he gets called Hermes Psychopomp, just so you know that's what he's doing at that point in time. The art is really high quality here. Let's just start with the composition, and it's really beautiful. But let's also think about the musculature in display. You've got the fact that the character of Sarpedon's turned around, but you can still make out who he is, and he's even got wounds which are bleeding. And then there's the other details, for example, on the wings, and then you've got the form of those two characters holding him up. Here's someone who understood musculature, understood physiology and anatomy. This composition may also have been quite popular, and I'm just going to go to my second image to illustrate that. This is Etruscan, and it dates to the end of the 4th century BC, which places it in a different time and a different place, because Etruscan was effectively north of Rome, and they loved their Greek stuff. And it's more or less the same image, but this time it was used as a handle, which I think is a really quite wonderful way of taking that image and making it into a very different type of art.